Hello, good morning, folks. My name is Kyle Spencer, and I just kick it off right away. Hopefully, you've been enjoying some of the videos that I've been posting about court dates and Yakima Nation corruption, what you can do as tribal members or non-tribal members um, if the Yakima Nation tribal court system or the Office of Legal Counsel or the Yakima Nation in general have wronged you. Um, First things first, I'm going to get right into it. This morning or last night at 7:01 p.m., 7:21 p.m., and 7:51 p.m. I filed 3 bar complaints against Ethan Jones. His license number is 46911. Marcus Shirzad, his license number is 50217. And last but not least, Rona Washines, which her bar license is 42099. So what I did last night with that was filed those things, and probably about 10 o'clock this morning, I got a call from the Washington State Bar Association, and they were asking me initially questions about my bar complaints. And so I've been, it was probably about a 30-minute conversation with them. And so I just told them that I filed 3 individual bar complaints against those 3 individuals that are in the suit, in the federal lawsuit, and then some of them that are actually like Rona Washings that are perpetuating the due process or lack thereof in the tribal court system. One of the things that I forgot to tell you, probably as a precursor to this, is that Rona Washings, before she became the chief judge, I had called her up and I was asking her for help. And I explained the situation to her. And right off the bat, she legally gave me advice and legally opined that the Yakima Nation tribal court system and Yakima Nation were doing illegal stuff and not due process, and they were violating my civil rights and violating the Indian Civil Rights Act of 1968. So probably not too long after that, when she attained her new position in October, officially 1 October, when she was official, her whole story changed. So, she's not going to buck the system. So that's where we're at with that. Also knowing too, what I got from a good source is that on 3 different occasions, Rona Washings herself failed the ethical test that is required of Washington State Bar Association attorneys. So she failed it 3 times. That should tell you a huge thing. She failed the ethics test 3 times and then finally passed it on her 4th. She's got a real huge problem with ethics. But anyway, that being said, I just want to let you know as well that this is not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I don't care how long it takes. So, I guess my ex-partner, she seems to think that, this is okay to do to another human being and the father of our children. And it's not. She's got a lot of resentment and revenge in her heart, and she chose her family over our family. She chose to move out. I didn't kick her out. She likes to run around and tell people that I kicked her out, and I didn't. She likes to have a really good sob story. This most recent time in Spokane Superior Court on March 13th, excuse me, the day of my birthday, when she did, and she thought she got away with this stuff, is that, the control that she has is she's trying to leverage one court against other court. And so it's creating this animosity between the court systems, and the one that's outside of that has to oversee all of that and make sure things are right are the federal court. And so when the state's not doing their stuff properly and they're acquiescing to the tribe, and the state is trying to say that, hey, we give full faith and credit. Well, what happens when the tribal court system doesn't give full faith and credit to the state? Then what happens is that's a violation of federal law, many federal laws, and it's a violation of their own RYCs. Um, and by their people, um, they fail them all the way around. There's nothing good about it. It's again, it's the good old boys network in there, and they're in there for themselves or the family members that they know. Um, Even when they're egregiously wrong, um, they think that they belong to these longhouses, and this longhouse has this, and well, again, I said it on other videos too. There's counterfeit Christians, like my ex-partner. And there's, these, she belongs to this longhouse, and these tribal council members look out for her on this in certain matters. And, I know they don't like me, and I don't really care, but it's because I stand up for myself and I stand up for other people, even those ones that don't like me. And I give them the resources and the information to protect themselves. And if you're like me, a loving father, a great father, then you're going to protect yourself and you're going to protect your children. I really hope that eventually everything that's done in the dark will come to light. I really believe that. I think that most people, are good people. I think that, however, some people they just have so much rage and anger, resentment, and deflection and denial, are extremely, extremely narcissistic. I don't know what the hell's wrong with these folks. I believe that the person that I was with for such a long time has a borderline personality disorder. I believe that it changed after our second child together. And I believe that my children, who love me completely and are heartbroken because they want to see their dad, that they're suffering a lot of damage and destruction. But eventually she's going to have to live with this when she gets when they grow up. She can't give me that time back, and I can't get that time back. I wish I could sometimes, but I can't. But again, going back to the original points, I filed those bar complaints. I have to go down to the federal court today and get on a Pacer account and go in there and do some electronic court filings. And I don't know, this is going to be an extremely short video, but again, if you have questions for me, please type them in there. Please share this with other tribal members and non-tribal members. I don't really care. And just know that sometimes we have to wait, and I'm patient, but sometimes I just I'm not patient when it comes to my children, because I love my children. I have my next Spokane Superior court date is April 14th. I have my attorney for that. I had to pay $3,000 from that. So, that'll be tacked on to the overall stuff that, my partner in the tribe is going to be accountable for. And so, that being said, last but not least, some very disturbing things. 5 separate incidences at my house. There's been things that have stolen from my front, water bottles that that were supposed to be for me. They got stolen. They didn't mess with any of the other townhomes next to me, but they just messed with my stuff. My back sliding door was popped. There was things that were misplaced in my house, and all of these while I was gone, or either when I was here and in the middle of the night. This last but not least is after Shay made the comments towards my mom, obviously when she was drunk, and I don't care if she's sober or drunk, that should have been said. Sunday, I was in a car, and in that car, these people were following us, and it's a white, blacked out Ford Explorer. I think that's a smaller between the Explorer and Expedition. I'm not sure, but it was blacked out. And the person I was with, there was like, "Look, these people are following us," and they picked us up way down by my place and followed us all the way to Northern Quest Casino and to Walmart and to all this stuff. And so I did some evasive maneuvers, and in those evasive maneuvers, I said, "Now watch. If this thing is not following us, we won't see it again. But if it is, it's going to come right across that Walmart parking lot, and we're going to see it again." And sure as shit, it did. It came right across there. We saw it turn around, and it came after us. So when we were going the other way, it had to go. It turned around and did a U-turn, flipped a bitch, basically, came around and followed us. Well, we pulled over, and it kept going again. And so it was just playing this game. And when it came back by a third time, I flipped the vehicle off. And again, we went to the stoplight. They made a right back in through the Walmart parking lot. And as they were coming back by, we passed them by again on Highway 2 in Airway Heights on Hayford Road and Airway Heights and Highway 2. And so it was there. It wasn't paranoia or being paranoid, but that same vehicle. And the only three numbers that I first caught were ICC. So this white Ford Explorer Expedition, whatever the smaller of the two was following us, completely blacked out. So that was on Sunday. And so that's why Monday I just had it and started posting about Shay and those things, because it's getting progressively worse. So now I have to file an affidavit in federal court about these things. And, but all I can do is sit back now. I think one of the advice that I got, which was really good advice from an attorney friend of mine, was that, and from a Yakima Nation tribal member, they both said that I should start that other qui tam case. And that's suing on behalf of people that are in my situation. It's not just for men, it's not just for women, but it's for responsible parents, loving parents like myself, that are just trying to get their children squared away and helped out. Because again, like I said, I'm never going to have my kids grow up and say, "How come you didn't fight for us, Dad? How come you gave up?" And that's not going to happen because of some person like this that doesn't want to reconcile, that doesn't want to co-parent, doesn't want to be civil, and just is out there for her own self, and then calls herself a Christian for it. She knows better than that. And, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm doing today. I don't know if 6 months, a year, 2 years, 10 years down the road that, things, God willing, and in my heart and mind, that I think it'll be better. And I'm hoping so. But again, it's going to take me a while to get over this person because I've spent so much time, over a decade, with her. So it's hard just to give that up. Maybe it's easy for her, and I think it is. But she's got another partner now, so she can move on. Okay, great. But I need to digest, and I need to figure out how to get over those things. But what I won't get over is losing my kids to something that disgusting, honestly. But anyway, I'm going to keep this short, try to keep it under 15 minutes. It's at 14:30 now. But again, I apologize for not posting the other day, but today is good. So hopefully this helps you out, and I don't know when the next post I'll do, but I'll keep updating you about my court system, the federal court system, Spokane Superior court system, and the tribal court system, or just to say hello and pop in and let you know I'm still hanging out over here in Spokane and living life. So God bless you all. Hopefully you have a great day, and one more day till Friday, and have fun today. So bye. Have a great day.